Your 20s can be some of the best years of your life. You're finally an adult, and with that comes true freedom while still maintaining a resilient and youthful body and mind. While you certainly should enjoy the prime of your life, there's also an element of preparation and long-term game that one should keep in mind. In this video, we'll go over how to have a blast in your 20s, but also set yourself up to be successful long-term. What's going on, guys? Dr. Jabal, MedSchoolInsiders.com. It's a common misconception that becoming a doctor means you're signing away your 20s and even your early 30s. I often hear medical students complain that they're missing out on all the fun that their non-medicine friends are having and that they won't be able to enjoy themselves until after residency. I do see where this sentiment comes from, but I reject the emphasis played on delayed gratification. Why not enjoy your 20s, become a doctor, and set yourself up for success in the future? I didn't say it was going to be easy, but it's definitely not impossible. First, efficiency. Anyone familiar with this channel knows that I am a huge proponent of efficiency. Time is our most valuable asset, and it's about time we start treating it as such. The majority of 20-something-year-olds haven't yet come to terms with the fact that our time on this planet is quite limited. By being highly efficient with your time and maximizing each moment, you'll be able to free up time for other important things in your life. The key is to be highly deliberate with your time. Every few minutes, I ask myself if I'm spending my time wisely, and if not, how can I change that? Be mindful of wasting time on social media, TV, and other pursuits that do not bring long-term value. 1 hour less of TV or Facebook means 1 more hour of exercise, sleep, or quality time with friends and family. Now, you could consider both Facebook and board games with friends or family to be leisure or relaxation time, but I would argue that one of them is higher value than the other. Number 2, take a stance and be true to yourself. The cliche of don't care what others think has a good underlying principle, but I believe it is misguided. You do in fact need to care what others think in order to be empathetic, to get good evaluations in medical school, and to match into a good residency, and even to make friends. So instead of don't care what others think, let's say be true to yourself. Now, during adolescence, between the ages of 12 and 18, we entered the Erikson stage of identity versus role confusion. Erikson postulated that this is the time when individuals discover their adult selves and solidify their beliefs and values. I would argue that this very much continues into most people's 20s. It's helpful to care what others think in many situations, but we often prioritize and overvalue their opinion even in cases where it shouldn't matter. In medical school, I would ride my bike with a lunchbox strapped to my backpack. I would wear pasty white zinc oxide sunscreen, and I still wear a ridiculous-looking wide-brimmed hat that protects me from UV rays. Some think it's ridiculous, but I own it, and their opinion on such trivial matters doesn't concern me. I do care, however, how my colleagues relate to me, how they think of me as a leader, and how they think I can improve as an individual, both personally and professionally. As you get older, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do rather than the things you did. I love this story by Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Before starting Amazon, he had a secure and well-paid position at an investment company in New York. He was considering quitting his job and starting this book business. To aid him in making the decision, he turned to what he coined a regret minimization framework, and what others may call the rocking chair test. He imagined himself at age 80 and imagined looking back. What would he regret more? Taking a leap, starting Amazon, and taking a part in this thing called the internet that he believed would be really big, or not trying at all. He knew that if he failed, he would not regret it, but he certainly would regret not having ever tried. Number 3, don't enter a career because of parental pressure. This ties in nicely with the above point, but deserves to stand on its own. Remember that while your parents want what is best for you, it is ultimately up to you to decide what that actually is. Some parents pressure their children to pursue medicine, but it is incredibly important to set some boundaries between you and your parents so that you can figure out what you want both personally and professionally. At the same time, value parental support, as they often have life experience and wisdom that you have yet to acquire. If you do want to become a doctor, you need to be going into medicine for the right reasons. Check out our previous video to learn what those reasons are. Going into medicine for the wrong reasons, such as parental pressure, will result in burnout, depression, and ultimately, regret. Number 4, schedule exercise. It's much easier to build healthy habits for a sustainable lifestyle in your 20s. As you get older and additional responsibilities pile on, it becomes that much more difficult. There are a multitude of benefits to regular exercise. You'll obviously look better and be more attractive to the opposite sex, but you'll also experience higher sustained energy levels, improved focus at school, which translates to better grades, and improved mood, sense of well-being, and happiness. If you're finding it hard to be regular with exercise, we have a few videos that can help. Remember to choose a form of exercise that you enjoy. I personally opt for cycling and weight training over running for exactly that reason. Number 5, enforce healthy dietary habits. In high school and college, your metabolism allows you to get away with a suboptimal diet. As you get older, physiologic changes in your metabolism will catch up with you. Those late night pizza runs are not going to cut it anymore, and neither will binge drinking. Hangovers come with a newfound vengeance. There's a common misconception that eating a healthful diet is mutually exclusive with enjoying your food. As someone who has eaten a very clean diet for years, I can confidently say that this is not true. Our taste preferences are molded by cultural influences, which often includes highly processed foods high in simple carb or saturated fat content. Healthy food is actually tasty. Once you break the cycle of sugar addiction and loving these processed foods, you'll see what you've been missing. Your dietary habits are some of the hardest habits to change, but they will stick long term. It's easier to change while you're young, so invest the effort now in learning how to practice healthful eating. You will be glad you did. Number 6, choose your friends wisely. I'm sure you've heard this one before. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. There are 2 lessons to learn here. First, choose your friends wisely. You may outgrow certain friendships, and that's totally okay. I've experienced that myself, and while it doesn't feel good in the moment, it's often for the best. Second, prioritize relationships that matter to you. As you enter your 20s, everyone, including yourself, seems to become busier and busier. For that reason, it becomes even more crucial to put in the effort to reach out to others. Don't expect that they will reach out to you. Be proactive and cultivate lifelong friendships that will bring you tremendous value for years to come. Lastly, get outside of your comfort zone. You probably think you're already getting outside of your comfort zone, but I guarantee you can take it much further. For some people, that's traveling solo around the world. For others, it's quitting a safe and secure, high-paying job to follow their dreams. To those that are afraid of public speaking, I suggest you join Toastmasters and overcome your fears. Even better, join an improv class and work your way up to stand-up comedy. Your 20s are a pivotal time in your life. The more you put in, the more you'll get out. The most significant and life-changing habit for me has been adopting a growth mindset and critically assessing how I can improve in my life. If you're here watching this video, it means that you're cultivating a growth mindset too, and you are on the right path. These are my 7 tips to living more effectively in your 20s. I would love to hear any additional tips that you may have down in the comments below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, check out my new vlog channel for a behind-the-scenes peek on the life of a doctor. Let us know what other topics you want us to cover, and I will see you guys in that next one.